Bis Morgan. Buenos dias. Starting this morning. Gratitude. Grateful for a brand new year. That's number one. Grateful for a brand new year. Um, I do acknowledge that like this isn't the new year for everybody. For some of us, we don't celebrate the new year till spring. I honor that too. I think that we're in the season where things are dying off. So celebrating like the dying season is kind of funny, but either way, New Year 2025. 2025. Grateful for a new year. Second thing, I'm grateful for getting over 500 subscribers. Let's keep running those numbers up. If you like my zaniness, if you like anything that I do on here, um, you know, let's run that up. Appreciate you. Appreciate you so very much. Everyone who subscribed and is just supporting this. Number 3, I did a yoga practice this morning I needed to do, and it made me cry. Like I was doing yoga and I cried a lot. Like I cried a lot. I'm still kind of in like a crying space, but just like a full intentional practice centered around letting go, releasing, and I'm grateful for that. Especially as there's a new year, and although last year was fun, there's a lot of things I do not intend to carry into this one. There's a lot that I do not intend to carry into this year. Shout out to last year though. Yeah, and in the name of starting fresh, I'm making myself some breakfast. Some breaky fast. Don't break my heart, my icky breaky heart. I just don't think you'll understand. Okay, so we got one. Yeah, that. I don't have onions. I want onions. That sucks. Too bad. Sometimes you gotta make do. You gotta make it do what it do, baby, and you gotta make do. So yeah. I think I'm going for like. I thought I was going for. I don't even know what I thought I was going for. I thought I was going for an omelet. I think I'm going to do a burrito. I'm going to do like an egg burrito. I got picante sauce, so I'm hyped about that. I'm hyped about that. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you all. Happy New Year to you all in the world. Yeah. So the second thing I think I said I was grateful for was my yoga practice where I cried. Yeah, I cried. I like to cry. I like to let go of feelings that suck. Because if I hold on to them, I give them to people that didn't ask for them. Like, too often. Or like, I'm just wearing them in a weird way and they come back to bite me later. So, yeah, I did like a yin yoga practice. Yin is more intentional about restorative energy. So, restoration, I did a slower practice, intentionally centering and recognizing the need and value for giving myself what I expect from others, and also giving myself certain things and practicing giving myself certain things, breakfast, right? So that when the time comes that I'm offering it to other people, it's coming from a space of love. I've already fostered the love within so that when it's time to share it outwardly, it's not from a false place. Right? It's an authentic space of love. Like, this is what I do for myself, this is what I do for you. Versus, I'm doing this for you because I want something, which is a whole nother bag. So yeah, like really just centering, slowing down. If I can't slow down for me, I can't slow down for you. And that was like the really big thing that sat with me as I did my practice. I can't slow down for you. If I can't slow down for me, I can't slow down for you. So major gratitude for that practice. We're doing 4 eggs this morning. 4. Let's see if I can get 4 clean cracks. Didn't that sound crazy? 4 clean cracks. Rick is here, what? Rick is here. So yeah, gratitude for that. The number 3 thing is I had a safe New Year. Like I don't haven't heard anything crazy about people that I love, and I just got the rest that I wanted. Like taking the rest that I wanted and needed was very very valuable for my New Year. So I brought the year in the way that I wanted to. I got to make music. I wrote a song last night. I actually wrote a song this morning. I woke up with like a really deep need to create, so I did. And the song that I wrote makes me happy. I hope I can share it with y'all soon. But yeah, that's the is that the fourth? That was the third. And the fourth thing is I'm grateful for having mobility. I'm grateful for the ability and the space to make myself some breakfast, make myself some tea, do some yoga. You know what I'm saying? Love on myself, love on my body, recycle, take care of the earth. Grateful for all good things. And the one who makes all good things possible. This morning, that's right. This morning, I'm grateful for those things. And then after we say our gratitudes, we did our grateful for, Then I think about my reflection. What is my reflection of the day? Actually, I'll go to my broadcast channel. I'll keep it pretty simple. This is day 1, right? This is day 1 for us. So this is day 1. What do I want to say for day 1? The new year. I don't know what that says, brother. Bruder, you got that's a different language. What language is that exactly? Day 1. May you find every way to set the tone for a prosperous, loving, and joyful year. May everything you build with God in private be abundantly blessed in public. Love. Now, I am a artist, so my slogan as an artist is built in private, blessed in public. BIP, BIP. BIP is a term that came up in my city a lot, so I've been centering that in my experience. I grew up with it a little bit, like as I was graduating and stepping into adulthood. BIP was a term we used a lot. I'm bipping up the road. I got a fresh bip, the hairline right, so I just like the term, and bip symbolized motion. And I've just been expanding on the term ever since. So I'm Charm City Bipper on Instagram. I'm a guy from a place on this thing, YouTube. I'm a poet author. My name is Marquise Carrington, right? So I'm reflecting today on the gains made through loss. The gains made through loss. I might have lost some things that I intended to keep, but the things that I gained in that process are things I don't have to give back. I don't have to give them back, and I have them to carry with me. I have them to carry forward in a way where I have a lot more say than I realize sometimes. Let's see. I think I'm gonna do butter. I'm gonna do mantequilla. That's butter, right? Did I say it right? Anybody speak Spanish? Want to check my pronunciation? Mantequilla. Huevos y mantequilla. Yeah, so like I said, I'm just thinking about those things this morning. I've taken a lot of losses throughout my life. And it's weird because I didn't always frame it that way. I've considered myself like a darker person. If you're in the zodiac signs, I'm a Scorpio rising. So I've seen a lot of dark things almost unexpectedly, and like it's like a darkness following me without my consent. But like I've grown accustomed to it and found comfort in it as well. So that's been like a really funny thing to live into as of late. thinking about like, wow, my life has been interesting, interessante, very interesting, very very interesting, and it hasn't always been comfortable, but I've gained knowledge from being at funerals. I've gained deeper bonds with people I love, having lost relatives. I've gained new ways to look at life, to look at love, to look at attachment. I've recognized new ways of letting go because I struggle with that a lot. I've become more accepting in ways I didn't always have clarity for. I've become far more understanding than I used to be, just because of like the things I've gone through. So loss has allowed me to gain a deeper sense of self that I might not have access to if I didn't go through certain struggles. And I'm mentioning that mostly because I've known myself to complain a lot and be angry about the things I've gone through versus taking on some gratitude and saying it happened for me. It didn't happen to me, it happened for me. Some of the worst parts of my experience was like, oh my gosh, why is this happening? It's like, oh, it's happening for the moment when I'm a teacher. It's happening for the moment when I have to help somebody who's grieving a similar loss that just doesn't have the capacity like I had it to overcome it. It's helping me gain more insight. It's helping me to have a deeper relationship with God. A relationship that's not contingent on what the world thinks. It's not subject to how you feel about me. It's allowing me to be the man that I want to be, not the man that anybody needs me to be. And ultimately, I become what others need because I'm that for myself in a genuine and authentic way. So yeah, I've just been thinking about that this morning. Big on reflection, big on gratitude. Um, and yeah, I'm up to 500 subscribers. If you enjoy this, I hope that you do subscribe. I do remember you, Volterized. How are you this morning? I hope you're doing well. Glad you made it to the new year. I saw you last year and I was like, hey, are you coming on? Gonna be here in the next year? It's good to see you. Glad you made it. A little bit of spinach. I probably don't have to cook it down, but I do what I want. I do what I want. No, I do what I want. No, I do what I want. There's tea. I made it for me. Yeah, but at this age and this time in my life, I'm just like extremely grateful to just do stuff for myself. And not constantly be in this state of like, people need to do more for me. Why don't they think of me? Why are people, not this whiny, like, neediness, but this fuller acceptance of like, you know what? They may never do anything else for me. I'm grateful for anything they decided to do when they had the opportunity to. Everything after that, is balls in your court type joint. Is it anything to you? That's the way I like it. That's the way I like it. I don't have onions. Someone use some onion powder. It actually isn't the same. And that actually felt like a lot of onion powder. That actually might have been garlic powder. But hey, we here. We here. Early in the morning. So I gotta get up. We are here. Garlic powder, onion powder, and egg. Let's see what we get out of this. See what we get out of this, y'all. See what we get. Bit. Bibayuski. Put a little more butter. I don't mind that. I've had a vegan, vegetarian diet. And I add eggs back to my diet from time to time. I add salmon back to my diet from time to time. Life be lifing. Everybody don't like it, but I do. So hey, I'm gonna do what I do, baby. How y'all doing out here, man? Everybody starting their day the way they need to. Everybody having the day they want to have. If you're not in my time zone, sometimes I'm Eastern Standard centric, but I recognize that some of you are actually 12 hours ahead of me. And your day is almost done. You've already been in the new year for quite some time. That's the way I like it. That's the way I like it. If it's me, then you. That's the way I like it. Cool. Bang. It's actually easier to do all of this while I'm talking to y'all because now I feel like, why not wash the dishes? I'm performing. Yeah, it's funny. It's actually like, it's funny too because I sometimes think about like the big pushbacks there are in terms of social media. Like everybody's on here being fake. And I'm like, not everybody. Maybe you're fake and like now you're projecting. But you know what? I feel like I'm in a room with people I care about. I don't actually know you all, so that's what it is. Whatever. But like I'm imagining that I'm here with somebody I want to have a better day. And what would I say to them? How will we make breakfast? You know? I don't know. I'm more optimistic than pessimistic. Doesn't mean I don't have bad days, but for the most part I try to center the joy in life. And I've definitely been pretty mean to people. I've been mean to people that I said I love. But they were mean to me too. And I think it's hard to recognize that sometimes for me because I'm such an empath or I'm trying to take more responsibility than I need to. So I've had a lot of joy being in therapy. My therapist is like, nope, that really wasn't all your fault. Like there were parts that you are responsible for, and you clearly understand them because you're telling me and you're holding yourself accountable. But everything else outside of that, actually, more in that person's court than they want to acknowledge. But now, as an adult, I have the blessing of not having to make space for that. I have the blessing of like actually setting boundaries, and maybe acknowledge that like a lot of the earlier relationships in life are so contingent on who your parents are. And even some of the trauma that parents subject children to is based in things they had not learned. So their inability, their limited understanding is not my portion. And it only becomes my portion if I decide that I'm not going to do the work to not be the things they were to me. If I continue the same habits that my parents had, then I'll just go be the thing that I'm claiming I resent. I don't do the work. And sometimes not doing the work this is just how I am. This is just how I am is actually like the prerequisite to being your parents. Because the way that you are is based in how they raise you. So I laugh at that. Like, this is just me. It's like, yeah, that's just you. So like cutting people off, being overly controlling, being pessimistic and fearful, that's just you. Who taught you those things? And what context did you learn the value of being pessimistic? What context did you learn the value of being fearful and fretful or judgmental? And not even knowing it's judgment. Like literally so much of our trauma in life or the things that we end up causing pain, like ends up being pain for others, starts in the home. Even if you look at some of like the wildest people who ever lived, like the people who really harmed society, these people had horrible upbringings for the most part. And then some of them had great upbringings, but they just had a nasty spirit that I guess socialization didn't help them undo. Yeah, that's my thought for the morning. Big brain activity. Let's see what we got. That's the way I like it. If it's up me, then up you. That's the way I like it. I was going to do it prettier, but we can take what we get. Take what we can get. I might throw some queso on this, John. I might throw some queso on this Juke Maniacal. Shout out to the people that make words up. I might throw some queso on this Juke Maniacal. Yes, God. That's the way I like it. If it ain't it you, that's the way I like it. I'm 30 for 30. I'm 30 for 30. Shout out to Kendrick and SZA. That joint is crazy. They didn't sample that. They didn't sample that switch call my name, and then it's Rich Boy, throw some D's, and then it's 30 for 30. You know what I'm saying? It's like the lineage of sampling right now in hip hop is like, ugh. It's crazy. It's a good time. Chat. For that, no yoga mat. Chat. Like, what? Yeah. Thank y'all for tuning in or whatever. I'm gonna be out. I'm gonna go say hi to Instagram. Y'all had me for 20 minutes. Let's see what I can give to Instagram. If you aren't subscribed, please do me that favor. Subscribe. Might be going live more. I might. I'm intending to go live more. A lot of like gratitudes and reflections on here, and then I get around to making music and creating. You know what I'm saying? Look at what we made, y'all. Look at what we made. Yeah. Have a blessed day. Peace.